Hey guys, today I wanted to share some recent interesting pictures supporting the theory of mudflood and also talk about maybe some recent plans. Okay, so thanks a lot for following, and I'm glad you're here. So a bunch of pictures, as you probably have seen, from the areas where excavation or some type of renovation is going on, and on some pictures we see clearly they're using the second floor, or maybe you see it's completely excavated and stuff like this. So it's like whenever you find the evidence that supports the theory, please send it to me and we're gonna check it. Like this picture actually made one guy write an article. So one of the famous posters from Stolen History org, Corbin Dallas, the negotiator, who has like 4,781 messages and 19,556 reactions, wrote this article about the mud flood in Sardis. Archaeologists are silent. So very interesting. I'll post you a link in the description. So basically he's debunking the official narrative here using all those pictures and asking questions, guys. There's nothing to hide. It's all official. If it's official, you go there, you can find the official pictures and try to answer the questions that were put in this article. Okay. Another one is this antique building to the left before the Kremlin wall. I found this picture, and the square was looking different before, and then I found those pictures of renovation and constructing the historical museum. So they probably used the underground facilities of the previous one. So I was paying for my insurance yesterday, and this is the security or insurance company, whatever you call it, with this underground excavated first floor. Very interesting. You won't say that it is excavated actually until you step inside. But you couldn't film there, so there was a bunch of people staring at me with my phone, so I decided not to make them angry. But this interesting church with the excavated stuff here, so it's like on the level of my feet actually, and here you can see they excavated it from the side and left a little this ugly slurry wall here. So sometimes even when they have money to renovate, they don't do it properly. In fact, people showing me a bunch of pictures of facilities like this, when you have these clear basement windows like this to the left. This is made like a vent shaft, or here is like, we call it the window excavator ditch, window ditch we call it. So when you have a window ditch, it's more likely to be an excavated window than when you have it like this, already renovated to be looking like a basement window. Okay, so think about it. There's a difference in it. So I made a video about the basement explanation and what we should look for. So definitely we should look for these designs and ancient forms like on this church and stuff like this. So as you can see, no windows sticking out of the ground from this side of the street, right? So it's just an ordinary Russian Orthodox church, nothing else. So you probably think it's not even a mudflood church, but when you step closely, you see that something's wrong. Oh, we have an excavated level here. Okay, so like those windows are not even visible from the street. And if you come from the side where the entrance is, you find out that there's a ladder, steps down. So it's like probably about 4 meters or something like this deep. So a bunch of footage what I've been talking about for mining as a main cause of all these events of slides, mudslides and stuff like this, and mudfloods. There's a guy who also talks about it, this recognition of mining as one of the main causes of the mudflood. His name is Mike Ferrero. He's on Facebook. He's also doing this relative comparing research of previous pictures and the current situation in the mountains, and also comparing them to the actual mining footage, so we can be sure it's pretty much plausible, right? There are a bunch of active players on Facebook. For example, this is Natasha. She is like changing her names and making different accounts on Facebook. Facebook is banning her. So this footage from Rostock, and she's like showing how they do the excavation and then renovation, and then completely erasing the evidence of the previous windows, previous first and second floors that are right now buried, and it's looking very decent. After the renovation, you can't find any tracks of those buildings were buried right from the outside, unless you know it, of course, for sure. And this is Polytechnical Museum, as I've promised. I got some new footage, also placed it on Facebook and Instagram. So if you're ready for a quick update, just go and subscribe for me there. So this is like the so-called basement floor and the entrance of renovated museum. I might take a walk around it, but you can see something is very weird right now. So it's like we see some tracks of them just erasing the evidence that this was just the facility that was a previous building, right? And right now it's completely trashed out, and you won't find any tracks of what we had before. And well, this is what renovations are done for. This is why they are not afraid to show the facades right now, because they completely trashed the inside, and they will tell us that this is just some type of anomaly that people just used to build like this way. Although we don't have any footage of constructing, we have the footage of constructed single center building, which has actually architectural design and stuff like this. But those buildings that were excavated and were shown us the buried windows are from the sides, and there is no track of any footage of constructing those buildings. This is how they trying to hide what they excavated. Yeah, this is me walking here in the spring, so I might take a walk around and show you how this stuff looks right now, guys. It's a lot more prettier than it was before when I was filming this one. Okay, so coming up, new footage about it. There's also some footage from Crimea, people walking around during their vacations, filming stuff, sending pictures, and so it's very interesting to see the nice examples of how it was before there, because Crimea was totally devastated by the war, the Crimean War that was in the mid 19th centuries. So a bunch of cities have still have these antique facilities left, but and all this grief and symbolism, of course, because the Crimea itself was called Petit Tartaria, or Little Tartaria, as a region on all the Tartarian maps. So we have a bunch of footage from Crimea, and some of it is very interesting, because maybe some devices are still on the building, like this condensator or whatever it is. Looks pretty much similar to what Global Vision was showing in his video about lamps and all this stuff. So these condensators, or whatever you call them, are definitely some type of devices. which were used by the ancients and not as simple as they just looked. And these are the footage from one of the renovations where we see the funeral tombstones were used to cover up one of the elite communist buildings. 1734, the year of this grave, and it was totally demolished. So all these parasites that leave in us the message that we are conquered here, they're using our ancestor memory just to walk on it, to just we are like walking on the graves of our ancestors, of course. So this is very disturbing for me. Thanks a lot for following. This video is over right now, but I'm coming up with the new chats and uploads pretty much soon. Probably we're gonna have a chat with Andreas Xertus about our future plans. So see you later. Thanks a lot for following. Bye.